Hi there, this is Thomas Eugene Shustel III. 1 in 10 boosters includes a Transformers card. Oh, okay. And welcome to our Magic the Gathering The Brothers War set booster box opening. And this is an okay set. I've already opened my collector booster and I did the pre-release already. And this set just deals a lot with artifacts. And it's an alright one. Not terrible. You know, not the best set I've ever seen, but not shabby, you know, so. My collector's booster, I opened up a Teferi in there that's totally fucking broken, dude. So, you want to know what he does, you can go watch my collector booster box opening. Alright. Apparently there's the collector's box, every one of them had a Transformers card in it. I guess these set boosters, you have a chance of getting a Transformer card. I do not care for the Transformer cards. I don't know nothing about Transformers, dude. So, we got a Shali Figiri Master Emblem. Artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay. Alright, and we got here's our art card right here at the start. There you go. And we got us a forest. A nice looking forest there. So we started off right with the forest. Tokazia's Amulet. It's a 4/4 artifact construct for 5, and when it leaves the battlefield, you gain 2 life, and you can unearth it for 3 in a plains. Unearth is you cast it from the graveyard, and it gets haste, and then when it at the end of turn, or if it would leave the battlefield, you exile it instead of putting it back in the graveyard. So theoretically, you can only unearth it the one time. But in my collector booster box, I got a card that allows me to kind of bypass that. So that was kind of neat. Wasteful Harvest. I got a bunch of these guys. It's an instant for a 2 in a forest. And you mill 5 cards. You may put a permanent card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. Milling is you discard that many cards from the top of your graveyard into your from the top of your library into your graveyard. Airlift Chaplain. It's a 1/1 human cleric for 2 in a plains. He's got flying, and when he enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. You may put a plains card or a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a 1/1 counter on them. You're going to see a lot of these mill 3s and then do something if you don't do what it says things. Dredging Claw. It's an artifact equipment for 2. It's got equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has menace. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may attach Dredging Claw to it. Equip 1 in a swamp. We've got Suchi Cave Guard. I like this guy. He's really fucking cool. He's an 8/8 with Vigilance and Ward 4, man, for 8. And then when he dies, add 8 colorless mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phase is the end. This guy's really cool. I really like that guy. I got like 3 or 4 of them now, dude. Hulking Megamorph. He's a 7/7 artifact shapeshifter for 9. Is this the copy guy? He's got prototype. So prototype is you can cast it for that cost instead of the main cost. And then it'll be so in this case it'd be a 3/3 instead of a 7/7. But it'd still have all of the other abilities this guy has. He's just a weaker version of them. You may have Hulking Megamorph enter the battlefield as a copy of an artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact creature in addition to its other types, and its power and toughness are each equal to Hulking Megamorph's power and toughness. Yeah, this guy's fucking awesome, dude. He's a cool one. Heavyweight Demolisher. He's an 8/6 artifact construct for 7. He's got menace at the beginning of your upkeep. Tap Heavyweight Demolisher unless you pay 3. At the beginning of your upkeep. So what? You untap them and then retap them unless you pay 3? Oh, that kind of sucks. Unearth for 6 in a mountain. You kind of suck. 6 and 2 mountains. That guy sucked. We don't like him so much. Semblance Anvil. Imprint. It's an artifact for 3 with imprint. When a Semblance Anvil enters the battlefield, you may exile a non-land card from your hand. Spells you cast that share a card type with the exiled card cost 2 less to cast. Ooh, damn, dude, you're cool. I kind of like that one. Phyrexian Processor. It's an artifact for 4. And, whoops. When it enters the battlefield, pay any amount of life. 4, tap it. Create an XX black Phyrexian minion creature token where X is the life paid as Phyrexian predecessor entered the battlefield. Damn, you're fucking cool, dude. Oh, you're fucking awesome. Oh, this guy sucks, dude. Surge Engine. He's a 3/2 artifact construct for 2. He's got Defender. For 1 island, he loses Defender. Okay? And Defender is it can't attack. For 2 in an island, it becomes blue and has base power and toughness 5-4. But you can only activate it if it doesn't have Defender, which means you got to pay the island first. Then, for 4 in 2 islands, draw 3 cards. Activate only if Surge Engine is blue and only once. So the only way you can draw the 3 cards is you have to pay 4. 2 in an island and then the island. So you gotta go island, 2 in an island, and then you need another fucking 4 and 2 islands after that in order to draw the 3 cards. So he's an expensive son of a bitch, dude. We don't like that. Hostile Negotiations. It's an instant for 3 in a swamp. Exile the top card of your top 3 cards of your library in a face-down pile. Oh, okay, it's this one. Then exile the top 3 cards of your library in another face-down pile. Look at the cards in each pile, then return a pile of your choice face up. An opponent chooses one of those piles, put that pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. You lose 3 life. Yeah, that's kind of a funky one there. I guess I can just put these in the pile too. We'll just put these over here with that. There we go. There we go. What we got here? Zombie token. 3/3 zombie artifact token. Yeah, what we got for our art card? Oh, we got 2 forced in a row. That's tight, dude. We got a shiny one this time, dude. That's what we want. That's my color right there is green. That's the color I like to play. So, Ravenous Gigamole. He's a 2/3 mole horror for 3 in a swamp. And when he enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. You may put a creature card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a 1/1 counter on him. Dwarven Forge Chanter. Haven't seen you, I don't think. It's a 1/3 dwarf wizard for 1 in a mountain. Ward, pay 2 life. So ward is, it can't be the target of spells from your opponents unless they pay the ward cost. Prowess. Prowess is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. You start as a 1/3? Okay. Gixian Skullflayer. It's a 2/3 Phyrexian Human Assassin for 2 in a swamp. 2 in a swamp. This guy's cool. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on him. This guy was really cool. He helped us out. In me and my brother, when we play the pre-release. We usually do the 2-headed giant for the pre-releases. He helped us out quite a bit. Gixious Caress. It's a sorcery for 2 in a swamp. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. And then you create a tapped Power Stone token. So the Power Stone tokens are really common in this. It adds a colorless mana. This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. There's a lot of really good mana rocks in this set, dude. Gnarlroot Pallbearer. It's a 5/5 Treefolk Druid for 4 and 2 forest. It's got Trample. And when it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Ooh. You're a spiffy one. He's pretty cool. We liked him. You know what? He's just a common. Yeah, I'm going to put him over there anyway. Cradle Clearcutter. It's a 3/6 artifact golem for 6, or you can prototype it for 2 in a forest, and it's a 1/3. Add an amount of Add an amount of force equal to Cradle Clearcutter's power. Ooh. Ooh, I think you're going in Animar, dude. Oh, we like you, dude. That was a cool one. Combat Thresher. It's a 3/3 artifact construct for 7. It's got prototype for 2 planes, and it's a 1/1. Double Strike. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. You're a cool one, dude. We like that one. We got some cool ones back to back, dude. Dude, we got a lot of these prototype things like right next to each other, dude. Ironclaw Crusher. It's a 4/6 artifact worm for 7, or you can prototype it for 2 and 2 forest, and it's a 2/5. When it attacks, target attacking creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is Ironclaw Crusher's power. God damn, dude. Dude, we got a bunch of these really cool ones back to back, dude. Semblance Anvil. It's a artifact for 3. Wait, isn't this that one? Yeah, we already seen this one. Okay, so it's just that one over again. Okay, all right. Fateful Handoff. It's a sorcery for 2 in a swamp. Draw cards equal to the mana value of target artifact or creature you control. An opponent gains control of that permanent. Draw cards equal to the mana value of target artifact or creature you control, and then an opponent gets control of that. Well, that sucks. You're fucking garbage. Goblin Blast Runner. It's a 1/2 goblin for a mountain. And it gets +2/+0 and has menace as long as you sacrificed a permanent this turn. Alright. We got a little soldier token here. Artifact soldier token. Okay, let's leave you face up, guy. Okay, or stick. Son of a bitch. There's our, fuck, I forgot his name. I forgot the name of that guy. It's the guy off the box, though. We got a mountain here. Pendragon Strongbow. This guy's cool. He's a 2/3 Minotaur for 2 and a mountain. 1, sacrifice an artifact. He gets +1/+1 until end of turn and does 1 damage to each opponent. Now, there's, like I said, the Power Stone. The little Power Stone tokens are pretty common in this. So what you could do is if you got, like, say, 6 Power Stone tokens, you tap the Power Stone to produce the 1 mana. Use that mana to use that, and then sacrifice that Power Stone you just tapped to activate that ability, dude. So you could do 6 damage to each opponent and make that guy a 6/6 doing that, dude. Machine Over Matter. It's an instant for 1 in an island, and it costs 1 less to cast if you control an artifact creature. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Boulder Branch Golem. It's a 6/5 artifact golem for 7. And it's got Prototype for 3 and a forest, and it's a 3/3. And when he enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to its power. Ooh, you're cool. The Fall of Krug. It's a sorcery for 4 and 2 mountains. Choose target opponent. Destroy target land that player controls. The Fall of Krug deals 3 damage to that player and 1 damage to each creature they control. That's fucked up. We don't like that one so much. Go for the Throat. This is a common reprint. 1 in a swamp. It's an instant. And destroy target non-artifact creature. Obstinate Bailiff. It's a 4/4 beast for 2 and 2 forest. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. If a spell or an ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Obstinate Bailiff, put it into the battlefield instead of putting it into your graveyard. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. You're not so shabby, guy. Phalangy Dragon Engine. Oh, wait, isn't this the other one I need? Isn't this the thing that melds? It is a 5/5 artifact dragon for 8, or you can prototype it for 2 in a mountain, and it's a 1/3. Flying 2. Fajili Dragon Engine gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Don't you meld? No, it's not that thing. There's something else that melds with that card. I got a like really badass meld thing, but I don't know. I don't have the other thing that melds to it. Gurgling Anointer. It's a 1/3 Phyrexian Horror for 2 in a swamp. It's got flying. Oh, this one helped me and my brother out a lot too. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. And when it dies, return another target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Gurgling Anointer's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Souled Guide Lantern. It's an artifact for 1. Pretty common one here. Reprint. And when it enters the battlefield, exile target card from a graveyard. Tap it. Exile each opponent's graveyard. You have to sack it too. Or you can tap 1 and sack it. And tap it, and you draw a card. So you got to choose. Draw a card or exile each opponent's graveyard. Misery's Shadow. It's a 2/2 shade for 1 in a swamp. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Oh, that's fucked up. 1. Misery's Shadow gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Dude, you're fucking cool. You only cost 2? Ooh, you only cost 2, dude. You're fucking cool for 2. In fact, you know what? You might go in the cool pile. There we go. Yotinian Frontliner. It's a 1/1 artifact soldier for 1. And when it attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And you can unearth it for a plains. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. And we opened it backwards because, of course, oh, no. Okay. Normally there's a token back there. Okay. What we got here? We got Some dude, okay. We got an island here. Disenchant, pretty common reprint here. It's an instant for 1 in the plains. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Power Plant Worker. This is the one I'm missing, so I got the full set now. It's a 4/4 artifact assembly worker for 5 and 3. Power Plant Worker gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control creatures named Mine Worker and Tower Worker, put 2/1/1 counters on Power Plant Worker instead. Activate only once each turn. This one's cool. Gaia's Gift. It's an instant for 1 in a forest. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains Reach, Trample, Hexproof, and Indestructible until end of turn. I like these type of cards because they protect your commander. Moment of Defiance. It's an instant for 2 in a swamp. Target creature gets +2/+1 and gains lifelink until end of turn. Draw a card. Yeah, so you're pretty cool, guy. That was a good one. Killzone Acrobat. It's a 3/2 human soldier for 2 in a swamp. And whenever he attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, Killzone Acrobat gains flying until end of turn. Spotter Thopter. It's a 4/5 artifact Thopter for 8. Or you can prototype it for 3 and an island, and it's a 2/3. And when it enters the battlefield, scry X, where X is its power. It's also got flying. Thopter Mechanic. This is a cool one if I remember right. It's a 2/1 human artificer for 1 in an island. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Thopter Mechanic. And when it dies, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Too bad you're not a wizard. Otherwise, you'd be perfect. 2/3 Thopter Architect. It's a 2/3 human artificer for 3 in a plains. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gains flying until end of turn. Jolum Tome, pretty common one here. It's an artifact for 3. 2, tap it, draw a card, then discard a card. Fortified Beachhead. This was a neat one. It's a land. As Fortified Beachhead enters the battlefield, you may reveal a soldier card from your hand. When it enters the battlefield tapped unless you revealed a soldier card this way, or you control a soldier. You can add 1 plains and you can add 1 plains or an island. 5, tap it. Soldiers you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. That's kind of a neat one there. This one was pretty neat too. This kind of neat one. Aerial Blast Engineers. It's a 2/2 human artificer for 1, a mountain and a forest. And when it enters the battlefield, you choose 1. It deals 1 damage to any target. But these next 2 are pretty cool. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains trample and haste until end of turn, or create a tapped Power Stone token. Pure Steel Paladin. It's a 2/2 human knight for 2 plains. You look kind of spiffy. It's kind of a spiffy little art there. Whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Ooh. Metalcraft. Equipment you control have equipped 0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Oh, damn, dude. Oh, you're a spiffy one, dude. Oh, we like this guy. In fact, he might actually be going in my white deck, dude. Well, we got us a little soldier here, artifact token soldier. And we got us, god damn it, we got us, there's our artwork card right there. And we got a mountain. Get rid of that soldier token in the back, there we go. Get rid of that. Mine Worker. Alright, we just got one of these other worker guys. I'm pretty sure I already had one of these from the pre-release though. It's a 2/1 artifact assembly worker for 2. Tap them, you gain 1 life. If you control creatures named Power Plant Worker and Tower Worker, you gain 3 life instead. And there's the Tower Worker. So we got the full set just in these last 2 packs, dude. It is a 1/3 artifact assembly worker for 3. It's got reach, add 1 colorless. If you control creatures named Mine Worker and Power Plant Worker, you add 3 colorless instead. Nice. Scrapwork Mutt. It's a 2/1 artifact dog for 2. And when it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card, and you can unearth them for 1 in a mountain. Nothing too spiffy about you, gay. Hoarding Recluse. I think this is a reprint. It's a 2/3 spider for 3 in a forest. It's got reach and death touch. And when it dies, put up to 1 target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. Arms Race. Oh, this, if I remember right, this was a cool one. It's an enchantment for 3 in a mountain. For 3 in a mountain, you may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. That artifact gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Yeah, that's kind of a nifty one there, dude. That's one of those weird ones. Recruitment Officer. It's a 2/1 human soldier for planes. 3 in a planes. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Yotinian Dissident. It's a 1/1 human artificer for forest in the plains. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. You're kind of cool, dude. You could even maybe potentially go in my human deck, although I don't really think I need to make changes to my human deck. Jetfire Ingenious Scientist. If I remember, this guy sucked. He's a 3/4 commander transformer robot for 4 in an island. Or he's got the more than meets the eye is 3 in an island. So that's just you play it on the other side instead of this side. Flying. Remove 1 or more 1/1 counters from among artifacts you control. Target player adds that much colorless mana. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. He's a 3/4. And then you convert him when you do that. And then he's got living metal, so as long as it's your turn, it's a vehicle and a creature. It's also a creature. He's got flying, and for 3, you can convert him, then adapt 3. So you flip him over, put 3 1/1 counters on him. We're not so impressed with you, guy. You kind of sucked. Thorn of Amethyst. It's an artifact for 2. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Huh. Oh yeah, that's kind of a neat one. Felden Ronum Excavator. He's a 2/2 commander human artificer for 1 in a mountain. He's got haste, and he can't block. Okay. And whenever he's dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Choose one of them. Till end of your next turn, you may play that card. You suck, dude. I don't like you at all. You're complete trash. This one's alright. Bonesaw. It's got 0 for casting, though. That's what's neat about it. It's an artifact equipment that costs 0, dude. Equipped creature gets +1/+0, and you can equip for 1. So far, not too spiffy of a box. We didn't get a token. Okay, I didn't see a token. There's our artwork card. There's an island. Scrapwork Cohort. It's a 3/1 artifact soldier for 4. When he enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token, and you can unearth them for 2 and planes. Scrapwork Ravager. He's a 2/2 artifact Phyrexian Horror for 4. And when he enters the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life, and you can unearth him for 3 in a swamp. Carrion Locust. It's a 2/1 insect horror for 2 in a swamp. It's got flying. And when it enters the battlefield, exile target card from the opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature card, that player loses 1 life. Zaradian Cliff Stomper. It's a 0/4 Minotaur Barbarian for 1 in a mountain. As long as it's your turn and you control 4 or more mountains, Zaradian Cliff Stomper gets +X/+0, where X is the number of mountains you control. Ooh. You'd go good in a mono red deck, guy. We've got Mass Production. It's a sorcery for 5 in a plains. Produce 4 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. Splitting the Power Stone. What? It's a sorcery for 2 in an island. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact. Create 2 tapped Power Stones. If the sacrificed artifact was legendary, draw a card. Oh, you're kind of a neat one. Take Flight. It's an enchant creature card for 3 in an island. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has flying. And whenever this creature attacks, draw a card. Oh, that's cool. You get to draw a card too. Dude, we got two of these Transformer guys back to back. It's only supposed to be 1 in 10. Okay. Optimus Prime Hero I don't know nothing about Transformers, dude. I don't know why. We've got us 4/8 Commander Transformer Robot for 3, an island, a mountain, and a plains. Or you can play them on the other side for 2, an island, a mountain, and a plains. At the beginning of each end step, bolster 1. And then when he dies, return it to the battlefield, converted under its owner's control. What? So the only way he flips over is if he dies. Okay. He's a living metal with trample. Whenever you attack, bolster 2, the chosen creature gains trample until end of turn. When that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, convert Optimus Prime. Damn, dude, you're kind of a overpowered son of a bitch, dude. Well, I don't care for these Transformer cards, but the guy is powerful. I'll give him that. Ivory Tower. It's an artifact for 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand minus 4. Visions of Phyrexia. It's an enchantment for 2 and 2 mountains. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't play a card from exile this turn, create a tapped Power Stone token. Ooh. Oh, you're kind of a spiffy one. That one's one of those neat ones too, dude. You know what? I'm gonna put that in the spiffy pile. Soul Parisian. It's an instant for 1 in a plains. Exile target non-land permanent. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. A spell cast by an opponent this way costs 2 more to cast. So you're just kind of delaying the inevitable. Okay, well, you kind of suck. Pandemonium. It's an enchantment for 3 in a mountain. Whenever any creature comes into play, that creature's controller may choose to have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature or player. Holy shit. Any creature comes into play, that creature's controller. Yeah, we don't like that so much, because that means they're gonna do the same thing to you, man. I'm not a fan of that one. We don't like that one so much, man. That sounds like a good way to get hurt. Alright, what we got here? We didn't get a little token in this one. We got a forest. We like us our forest, man. What is this, like some sort of rabbit thingy? Looks like some sort of weird rabbit thingy to me, dude. Blanchwood Prowler. I don't know if we've seen this one in this one yet or not, so we'll just go with it. 1/1 elemental for 1 in a forest. And when it enters the battlefield, you mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among the cards milled this way to your hand. If you don't, put a 1/1 counter on them. Retrieval Agent. It's a 2/5 human soldier for 3 in an island. 2. Retrieval Agent gets +1/-1 until end of turn. We've seen this Opportunist, haven't we? No. A Argothian Opportunist. It's a 3/2 human scout for 2 in a forest. And when it enters the battlefield, you create a tapped Power Stone token. Thraxodemon. It's a 2/2 demon for 1 in a swamp. 3 and tap it. Sacrifice another creature or artifact to draw a card. Not too shabby for one there, okay? Stone Retrieval Unit. It's a 2/3 artifact construct for 4. And when it enters the battlefield, you create a tapped Power Stone token. Corrupt. We just saw this Corrupt, right? No, maybe that was in the collector booster. So it's a sorcery for 5 in a swamp. It deals damage to any target equal to the number of swamps you control. You gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Really good in a mono black deck right there, dude. Dreams of Steel and Oil. It's a sorcery for a swamp. During an opponent reveals their hand, you choose an artifact or creature card from it. Then choose an artifact or creature card from their graveyard. Exile those cards. Evangel of Synthesis. What? It's a 2/3 Phyrexian human cleric for an island and a swamp. He's an ugly looking fucker. And when he enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, he gets +1/+0 and has Menace. Okay. Kind of a funky one there, dude. Foundry Inspector. This is a reprint. It's a 3/2 artifact construct for 3. Artifact spells you cost 1 less to cast. This guy is in my Animar deck. I don't think I've got that version of it, though. I'm not sure if I got the old school version of him or not. I'm not sure. Diabolic Intent. This one's cool. It's a tutor, pretty much. It's a sorcery for 1 in a swamp. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle. Ironclaw Crusher. Didn't we see this one already? Yeah, we saw that one already. Oh, whoa, there's something behind it. There was a card behind there. I almost went on to the next pack, man. We got a Skideric Parasite. It's a 1/1 horror for a swamp. Whenever an opponent draws a card, if you control a red permanent, you may have Kendrick Parasite deal 1 damage to that player. Ooh. Oh, you're pretty cool, guy. You're going in Nesker. That's a Nesker card right there, man. The next pack is the, we'll mark the 1/3 part when we're done with that one. We got a swamp. There's our artwork right there. So far, not a super spiffy set booster, so. Let's see. Sorcery. 1 in a plains. Return target artifact or creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If a creature enters the battlefield this way, it enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Mightstone's Animation. This one's a nifty one, dude. It's an enchant artifact for 3 in an island. And when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted artifact is a creature with base power and toughness 4/4 in addition to its other types. There's a card called Howling Mine, where it's an artifact, and it doesn't do anything other than, as long as it's untapped at the beginning of the draw step, that player, at every player's draw step, that player will draw an additional card. I ended up using this to turn that Howling Mine into a creature so that I'd be tapped during my opponent's turn so they wouldn't get the extra card advantage, man. Survivor of Corliss. It's a 1/1 human soldier for plains. It's got first strike, and for 1 in the plains, you can exile it from your graveyard to scry 2. Huh, okay, yeah, you're not a shabby one. In fact, you know what? You're a human soldier with first strike. In fact, that might actually go in my human deck, actually. That one might actually be of use to me, man. We got Ambush Paratrooper. It's a 1/2 human soldier for 1 in the plains. It's got flash and flying, and for 5 creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. For 5? Damn, dude. Oh, we got another Gasus Courser. We've seen this one, or was this in the collector? Anyway, it's a 4/5 Senator Soldier for 4 in a forest. And whenever it attacks, if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, you get to draw a card, dude. So that's pretty cool. Steel Exemplar. I don't think I've seen you. It's a 4/4 artifact wizard for 5. Oh, wait. Isn't this that one guy? It's got trample. And when he enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it, unless 2 or more colors of mana were spent to cast it. You would go good in Animar, but I don't know. I don't think there's anything I can do with Animar. I think it's too like perfected, man. We've got a Spectrum Sentinel here. It's a 1/2 artifact soldier for 1. He's got protection from multicolored. And whenever a non-basic land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain 1 life. You're not so spiffy guy. Disciples of Gix. It's a 4/4 Phyrexian human for 4 and 2 swamps. And when it enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 3 artifact cards. Put them into your graveyard, then shuffle. Put them in the graveyard. I want them in my hand, guy. There's another Bone Saw right there. And we got us a Battlefield Forge. Pretty common land card here. Tap it, produce a colorless, or you can tap it, produce a mountain and a plains. And it deals 1 damage to you. Just a multi-land there. Here's another Gix's Caress. That's my token. That's a bullshit token. We weren't impressed with that one. There's the Power Stone tokens you keep hearing about. The collector box was neat because they're double-sided tokens, and every single one side was a Power Stone. So I got a fuck ton of Power Stone tokens out of there, dude. There we go. We got us a mountain, and this little dude right here is our artwork. There we go. And Tomacool Scrapsmith. I don't think we've seen this one in the set yet. It's a 2/1 human artificer for 2 in a mountain, and when it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. You may put an artifact card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a 1/1 counter on them. Emergency Weld. I've never seen this one. It's a sorcery for 1 in a swamp. Return target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. So you get to create a guy and return something to your hand. Veteran's Power Blade. It's an artifact equipment for 3. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Equip a soldier for 1 planes or equip for 2. You're not so spiffy guy. Coleus Rock. It's a 3/3 bird for 4 in an island. It's got flash and flying, and when it enters the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone token. Transmogrant Altar. What? It's an artifact for 3. For a swamp and tap it, sacrifice a creature. Add 3. Colorless mana. That's pretty cool. 2 and tap it, sacrifice a creature. Create a 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. This thing is cool. We like that. That's just an uncommon, dude. That's kind of a cool one. Skyfisher Spider. It's a 3/3 spider for 2, a swamp and a forest with reach. And when it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. Okay, that's kind of a neat one. And when it dies, you may gain 1 life for each creature card in your graveyard. If you do, exile it from your graveyard. Ooh, you're a cool one, dude. This guy's pretty cool. He's kind of a spiffy one. Gnawing Vermin. This is a reprint. It's a 1/1 rat for 1 swamp. And when it enters the battlefield, target player mills 2 cards. And when it dies, target creature you don't control gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Maybe this isn't a reprint. I'm not sure. Not sure on that one. Perilous Vault. That looks cool, dude. Look at that. Oh, is this the one? Oh, no, this is a different one than what I was thinking of, but it's fucking hardcore, dude. It's an artifact for 4, 5 and tap it, exile it. Exile all non-land permanents. Oh, that is fucked up, dude. That's a bad one. We don't like that one so much. And we got Sigil of Valor here. It's an artifact equipment for 2. And whenever equipped creature attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other creature you control. Takesius Welcome. It's an enchantment for 2 and planes. Whenever one or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. It only triggers once a turn. Really good for white, because white doesn't really have ways to draw a card, so that's a good one. Wing Commando. It's a 2/2 human soldier for 2 in an island, and it's got flying and prowess. So that's it. We're 1/3 of the way done right there. So far, nothing real too spiffy in this. Very meh, dude. Very meh box. Let's see if we can start getting some better stuff in this, huh? Come on, let's give me a planeswalker or something, man. Come on. I don't think I've got anything too really super spiffy yet, man. Oh, Ivory Tower. There you go. There's your artwork. A swamp. Stern Lesson. It's an instant for 2 in an island. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Create a tapped Power Stone token. Tocasia's Dig Site. It's a land. Tap it and produce a colorless or 3 and tap it, surveil 1. Ooh. Well, that's kind of cool. It's a cool little land there. Tamako Honor Guard. It's a 3/1 human soldier for 1 in a forest. It's got ward 2. Depth Charge Colossus. It's a, holy shit, 9/9? Holy hell. It's a 9/9 artifact dreadnought for 9. Or you can prototype it for 4 and 2 islands to make it a 6/6. Jesus Christ. It does not untap during your untap step. 3, untap it. Oh, you suck, dude. You cost fucking 9 to play and you still have to pay 3 to untap you. You suck, dude. You're garbage. Rust Goliath. It is a 10/10 artifact construct for 10. Oh, this is the bad fucker, dude. Yeah, he's got prototype for 3 and 2 forest, and he's a 3/5. He's got reach and trample, dude. Reach and trample. 10/10 reach trampler, dude. He's a big fucker, man. In fact, I'm gonna put you over there, dude. That's the second one of him I got. I actually got to play him in the pre-release because I was doing, my deck was real slow, which is normally not how I play. Normally I like speed. But it was real slow, but I was slowly building up Power Stones like a son of a bitch. So I ended up slapping this big son of a bitch on the field. And I gave him haste and smacked with them. That's what won us the game, man. I was like, oh, that's tight, dude. Battlefield Butcher. It's a 1/4 human soldier for 2 in a swamp. 5 and tap them. Each opponent loses 2 life. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each creature card in your graveyard. So theoretically, you could just tap them to make everyone lose 2 life for free, man. That's a pretty cool one there. I like that guy. Static Net. It's an enchantment for 3 in the plains. 1 Static Net enters the battlefield. Exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. 1 Static Net enters the battlefield. You gain 2 life and create a tapped Power Stone token. So you get a lot of bang for your buck with that one, dude. Oh my god, the Blast. The Blast card, man. It's an instant for 3 and a mound. Has an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. It deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. Draw a card. You know what? You might go in Animar. I could just wipe someone else out just by sacking my Animar, dude. Because Animar is usually a big son of a bitch. That might actually be of use to me. That's a pretty cool one. We're going to put that over there. Sculpting Steel. This is a neat one. I like this card. It's an artifact for 3, and you may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield when it enters. In fact, I think I got this exact version of this card, dude, from back in the day, man. Yeah, it's kind of a neat one there, dude. Copy another artifact. That's pretty neat. Kayla's Reconstruction. What are you? You're a sorcery for X in 3 planes. Damn, dude. 3 planes? Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to X artifact and or creature cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Look at the top 7. X. 3 or less. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Well, you're not quite so spiffy, guy. Oh, they go on to the battlefield, though. 3 or less. You'd have to want to make sure you got a cheap deck to play that with, dude. Yeah, you gotta be real strategic about how you build your deck with that one, dude. Battery Bearer. This one's freaking tight. And look, this one's all shiny, dude. It's a 3/4 human artificer for 2 of forest and a island. Creatures you control have add 1 colorless mana. This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. Whenever you cast an artifact spell with mana value 6 or greater, draw a card. Real neat one there. I got like 5 or 6 of that now, dude. 1,000-Year Elixir. I think this is a reprint. Artifact for 3. You may play the activated abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. 1 tap it, untap target creature. Oh! Oh, I like this thing, dude. Oh, that is tight. Ooh, that's going to my elf deck. My brother's asleep on the couch here. I don't want him to know I'm slapping something like that in my elf deck. We got us a Power Stone token here. We got us a little key thingy. And a mountain. There you go. Alright, Mine Worker. Oh, we already seen this guy. Yeah, we got him. Tower Worker. Again? We got 2 of those guys back to back. We got another Grathian Opportunist. Thaxa-Demon. Stone Retrieval Unit. Vagilia Dragon Engine. Is this the one that I opened? Yeah. Okay. Gurgling Anointer. Okay, we're seeing a lot of the same stuff over again now, dude. Spotter Thopter. We've seen this one, right? Sigil of Valor. We've seen that one. This one's bitching, dude. I got like 3 or 4 of these things now. Painful Quandary. It's an enchantment for 3 and 2 swamps. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card, dude. This one really helped us out. Me and my brother out in our pre-release game, man. That one's tight as hell, dude. I'll put it in the spiffy pile, even though I got like 4 of the damn things already. Third Path Savant. It's a 2/3 human wizard for 2 on an island. And for 7, you can draw 2 cards. But as spiffy as that sounds, he's not so spiffy for me, because in my wizard deck, I just tap a wizard and draw a card, man. So I don't have to pay no 7 mana to do it. I just tap the wizard, draw a card, man. Alright, what's our token? A dumbass one. It's not even a real token. That sucks. We got screwed on our token, people. We got a little necklace thingy there, and a little swamp. And we got another scrapwork cohort. It's a 3/1 artifact soldier for 4. And when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token, unearthed for 2 in the plains. We might have actually seen this one already. Mishara's Domination. It's an enchant creature for a 1 in a mountain. And as long as you control enchanted creature, it gets +2/+2. Otherwise, it can't block. Ooh, so you get a little versatility in that one, man. Survivor of Corliss. Oh, okay, yeah. We already seen this one. Okay. Yeah, we got another Might Stone's animation, Thopter Mechanic, Thopter Architect, Arms Race, Burnished Heart. This is a pretty common reprint. It's a 2/2 artifact elk for 3. And for 3, you can sack it, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. This one's kind of weird, dude. I don't really like this one. Fade from History. It's a sorcery for 2 and 2 forest. Each player who controls an artifact or enchantment creates a 2/2 green bear creature token. Then destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of that. I do like the artwork though, dude. The bears are real cute. They got real cute little bears on there. I don't like what the card does. Shoot Down. It's this is a common reprint. It's a sorcery for 3 in a forest. Exile target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Maybe it's not common. I know there's a lot of them that do the exact same thing, destroy it. This one exiles it. So we got, what was that one thing? The 1,000-year elixir. We got that 1,000-year elixir, so that's pretty tight. Still a pretty mad box. Very mad. Not terrible, not great, just... I'd like to see at least 1 or 2 more really badass cards, though. Zombie, like a Planeswalker. Give me a Planeswalker, guy. As long as I get 1 Planeswalker, I'm happy. My Dominaria collector booster. I got 4 fucking Planeswalkers in the 1 damn booster, dude. That's up on the channel. You'll have to check that out. Scrapwork Rager. We already seen this one, right? Yeah. Ambush Paratrooper. Okay, we've seen that one. Coleus Rock. Shoot Down again. Demolish Field. What the hell you do, dude? Oh, Demolition Field. My bad. Sorry about that. It is a land. Tap it to produce a colorless. It's 2 and tap it, sacrifice it. Destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. That land's controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. You may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Damn, dude. Oh, that's garbage. Oh, no, someone could wipe out my Gaia's Cradle and then go get a fucking land in the process for it? That sucks. The Fall of Krug. I think we've seen this one already, right? Sorcery, 4 and 2 mountains. Choose target opponent. Destroy target land that player controls. The Fall of Krug deals 3 damage to that player and 1 damage to each creature they control. Yeah, do all kinds of shit with that one. Go for the Throat. Pretty sure we've seen this one again. Instant. 1 in a swamp. Destroy target non-artifact creature. Pretty common reprint there. Ooh, we got a pretty land, man. We got a Battlefield Forge. Real spiffy looking one. A pretty looking one there. Souled Guide Lantern. Pretty sure we've seen this one, right? When it enters the battlefield, exile a target card from a graveyard. It's an artifact for 1. You can tap it and sack it. Exile a target opponent's graveyard, or tap it, sack it to draw a card. So you have to choose which one you want to do. The Stone Brain. This one's kind of a funky one, dude. Legendary artifact for 2. 2, tap it, exile the Stone Brain. Choose a card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh, from their hand. Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't say don't choose a non-basic land card name, so you could theoretically just keep making their lands disappear, dude. Goblin Firebomb. This one sucks, dude. It's an artifact for 1. It's got flash. 7, tap it, sack it. Destroy target permanent. But it costs fucking 8 to pull off the little shindig, dude. 8 to destroy one thing, man. There's much easier ways to destroy shit, man. We got our tokens, this freaking garbage thing right here. That's not even going off the side. That's going straight in the trash, dude. You go in the trash pile, man. We got us spiffy artwork and a forest there. Rock Hunter. I've never even seen this one. It's a 3/1 human soldier for 1 in a mountain, and it's got reach. Okay. Just pretty basic card there. Aeronaut's Wings. It's an artifact equipment for 2. The equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has flying, equipped for 2. Aeronaut Cavalry. It's a 3/4 human soldier for 4 in the plains. It's got flying, and when it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on another target soldier you control. And we got another Obstinate Bailiff there. Ceridian Cliff Stomper. Gaia's Courtier. Recruitment Officer. Getting a lot of the same stuff now. We got a Yotian Dissident. I think that was the collector, not this one. It's a 1/1 human artificer for a forest in the plains, and whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. This guy's pretty spiffy. He's not going to do any good in my human deck, but... Goblin Charbelcher. It's an artifact for 4. 3 and tap it. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. It deals damage equal to the number of non-land cards revealed. Oh yeah, and then it does double if it's a mountain. Yeah, I've got this card. Just not this just not this version of this card. If the revealed land card was a mountain, Goblin Charbelcher deals double that damage instead. Put the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in any order, man. To any target. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. That's a cool one there, dude. We like that. In fact, I'm going to put that in the spiffy one. That's kind of a spiffy one. Llanowar Waste. Oh, yeah, man. Well, you like our Llanowar stuff. So it's just a dual land for a swamp or a forest. Deal 1 damage to you or create a colorless. It is Llanowar, though, man. I like my Llanowar stuff. And we got another Scrapwork Rager here. This one's all shiny. We got us a shiny one this time. No token right there, I see. No token. What do we got here? We got a Crypt Dude, a Sarcophagus, and an island. We got Wing Commando, Swift Gear Drake, Clay Revenant. What do? You're a 1/2 artifact golem for 1? Okay. It enters the battlefield tapped, and I can't go in Animar. Oh, it's like, maybe you'll go in Animar. Nope. 2 in a swamp. Return them from the graveyard to your hand. Oh, that really sucks, dude. He would have gone really good in Animar, man. Oh, that's kind of sad. We got another Steel Exemplar there. How much did this thing cost? 2 and a swamp. And he only cost 1 to play. Yeah, that's the type of color my brother would like right there, dude. Because he plays black. He likes like playing black where you have to sack stuff and then he just grabs it again. Spectrum Sentinel. Repair and Recharge. Haven't seen this one before. Sorcery. Costs 3 and 2 planes. Return target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and you create a tapped Power Stone. Okay. Mass Production. Splitting the Power Stone. Foundry Inspector. Was that this one we saw that? It's a 3/2 artifact construct for 3, and artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Portal to Phyrexia. What the fuck? This thing costs 9, dude. You cost 9 to play? It's an artifact for 9. When Portal to Phyrexia enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. At the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. Damn, dude! Oh, you're a bad motherfucker, dude. There we go. That's the type of shit I want to see. That's a bad son of a bitch, dude. Urza's Rebuff. It's an instant for 1 and 2 islands. Choose one. Counter target spell or tap up to 2 target creatures. And our token's fucking bullshit, dude. There we go. There was a good one, dude. That Phyrexian Portal to Phyrexia is a bad son of a bitch, dude. Not something I want to see played against me, dude. Alright, there's our artwork. There's our mountain. Carrion Locust again. We got Blanchwood Prowler. Tano's, I don't know, Tinkering. It's an instant for 3 and a 4. So I really like this card. Put 2 1/1 counters on target artifact, creature, or land you control. Untap that permanent. If it isn't a creature, it becomes a 0/0 creature in addition to its other types. I love these untapped thingies, dude. They piss people right the fuck off, dude. Goblin Firebomb again. Goblin Blast Runner. We've seen this one, right? It's a 1/2 Goblin for 1 mountain. And it gets +2/+0 and has menace as long as you sacrificed a permanent this turn. Take Flight. Corrupt. That's a good one. Dreams of Steel and Soil. Swiftfoot Boots. The old school style. Very, very, very common card here. Artifact equipment for 2. Equipped creature has haste, hexproof and haste, equipped for 1. Very common card there. And we got the Toy Maker guy. Oh, no, this was in the collector thing that we saw this. Tawnos the Toy Maker. It's a 3/5 commander human artificer for 3, a forest, and an island. Whenever you cast a beast or bird creature spell, you may copy it, except the copy is an artifact in addition to its other types. Kind of neat little dude there. He'd probably be a fun commander to make for like a bird deck. Maybe one day I get around to that. What we got here? Dude, we got a commander elf. I haven't seen you before. Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia. So you'd go good with my Gaia's Cradle, is what you're saying. It's a 2/3 commander elf druid scout for 2 and a forest. Tap them. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of a creature or creature card. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, and untap it. And untap it. Oh, that's kind of bullshit. You know, what's really sad is this guy's kind of cool, but I just don't think he can go in my elf deck. I got other stuff in there that's better than you. That's kind of a cool elf though. We're putting him in the cool pile. We like that guy. I like me my elves. Jodo's Avenger. He's a 4/4 shapeshifter for 5 and an island. 0 until end of turn. Jodo's Avenger gets -1/-1 and gains your choice of double strike, protection from red, vigilance, or shadow. So he could attack for 3 unblockable damage for 0. Oh, okay. Huh. That's kind of a neat looking one there, dude. That's kind of a spiffy dude. Little spiffy dude there. Sad part is there is not that many elves in here, man. I've only seen a couple. Gotta put more elves, man. Got us a little staff there, or a rod, or whatever you want to call it. What's going on here? Oh, shit. Retrieval Agent. We've seen this guy, right? Yeah, we've seen this guy. Recommission. And we got our Scrapsmith again. Harvester. Ashnod's Harvester. It's a 3/1 artifact construct for 2. And whenever it attacks, exile target card from a graveyard. Holy shit. And it's got Unearth 1 in the swamp. You're kind of cool. We got another one of these Evangel of Synthesis. Disciples of Gix. Transmongrant Altar. Oh yeah, this is that one cool one. It's an artifact for 3. A swamp and tap it. Sacrifice a creature. Add 3 colorless. 2, tap it. Sacrifice a creature. Create a 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. Ultra Magnus Tactician. We got this one in my collector booster, dude. 4, a mountain, a forest, and a plains. Or you can play it transformed on the other side for 2 mountain, forest, and plains. It's a 7/7 commander transformer robot with ward 2. And whenever it attacks, you may put an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. If you do, you transform them. And then on the other side, he's a living metal. He's got haste. And whenever he attacks, attacking creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. If those creatures have total power 8 or greater, convert them, so transform them back. Pretty powerful card there. You're the wrong colors though there, guy, so I can't make use of you. And we got us a Millstone, very common card here. It's an artifact for 2. 2 and tap it. Target player mills 2 cards. Oh, this is a bad one. Hierarchial's Final Meditation. It's an instant for 4 and 3 islands, but it costs 3 more to cast if it's not your turn. So, I mean, that's going to be like 10 to cast this thing, dude. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. End the turn. Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of an expensive one there, dude. What the hell are you? We got Yotinian Tactician. It's a 3/4 human soldier for 2, a plains and an island. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1. Oh, I think I've seen this one, just different. It's all shiny. I like the shininess, man. That's a real pretty looking card there, dude. That's a pretty looking one. Doesn't do me any good. And not particularly spiffy, but it's real pretty, man. I'd like to see a Planeswalker, man. I opened my collector and I've only got the one Planeswalker. Though he was a bad motherfucker, so... So, oh, hey, Phyrexian Crawler, man. One of my favorite cards, man. That's a really fun card there, dude. One of my favorites. Emergency Weld. We've seen this one, right? It's a sorcery for 1 in the swamp. Return target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. We got another Veteran's Power Blade there. Warlord's Elite. Keeper of the Candace. This one's cool. It's a 2/5 human wizard for 4 in an island. 3. Put target artifact, instant, or sorcery card from your graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. And he doesn't tap, so you can pay that as many times as you want, man. No One Left Behind. It's a sorcery for 4 in a swamp. This spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a creature card with mana value 3 or less. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Haywire Might. What the hell are you? It's a 1/1 artifact insect for 1. And when it dies, you gain 2 life. Sacrifice it. Exile a target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. Oh, that kind of sucks, dude. You can exile something for 1 forest. That sucks. Skyfisher Spider. I'm pretty sure we've seen this one already. He's a real spiffy. Maybe this was the collector we've seen this one. This is a real spiffy one, dude. 3/3 Spider for 2 a swamp and a forest with reach. And when it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. And when it dies, you may gain 1 life for each creature card in your graveyard. If you do, you exile the spider. Gnawing Vermin. Pretty sure we've seen this one already. Ornithopter. It's a 0/2 artifact Thopter for 0, and it's got flying. I love these 0 dudes, man. They go good in Animar. The Stasis Coffin. It's a legendary artifact for 3. I have not seen this thing. 2, tap it, exile it. You gain protection from everything until your next turn. Oh, damn, dude. Ooh, you're fucking cool, dude. That was a bad fucker. Blitz Automaton. It's a 6/4 artifact construct for 7, or you can prototype it for 2 in a mountain, and it's a 3/2, and it's got haste. That coffin was pretty cool, dude. Got a Power Stone there. We're almost 2/3 of the way through, man. It's been a pretty meh box so far, dude. Very meh. There's that guy there. We got a Plains. It's Conscripted Infantry. It's a 3/1 human soldier for 2 in a mountain. And when it dies, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. Supply Drop. Okay, I haven't seen this one. It's a artifact for 3. It's got flash. When it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gets +2/+2 till end of turn. Okay, that's cool. 4, tap it and sack it. Draw a card. Oh, you're kind of a nifty one there, guy. That one's a neat one. Combat Courier. It's a 1/1 artifact construct for 1. You can pay 2 and sack it to draw a card, and it's got Unearth for an island. Unleash Shell. We've already seen this one, right? It's an instant for 3 and 2 mountains. Unleash Shell deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker and 2 damage to that permanent's controller. Involuntary Cooldown. This is cool, dude. It's a sorcery for 3 in an island. Tap 2 target artifacts and or creatures. Put 2 stun counters on each of them. A stun counter is when it goes to untap, it doesn't untap. Instead, you remove a stun counter on it. So that's pretty cool. That's a neat one there. Defabricate, pretty common card. It's an instant for 1 in an island. Choose 1, counter target artifact or enchantment spell. If a spell is countered this way, exiled instead of putting it into the graveyard, or counter target activated or triggered ability. Flagstone Refinery. I haven't seen this one. It's an artifact for 4. And whenever it or another non-token artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, or is put into exile from the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone token. Okay, yeah, I have seen this one, but that's a good one. That is a good one, man. Junkyard Genius. Haven't seen you. You're a 2/2 human artificer for 1, a swamp and a mountain. And when it enters the battlefield, you create a tapped Power Stone token. 1 swamp mountain. Sacrifice another creature or artifact until end of turn. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain menace and haste. Damn, dude. He does all kinds of spiffy stuff. Ekerwell Spring. It's an artifact for 2. And when it enters the battlefield or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card. Transmogrant's Crown. I haven't seen you. It's an artifact equipment for 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever an equipped creature dies, draw a card. Equip for 2 or a swamp. You're kind of a neat one, dude. We like that one. That one's pretty cool. And we got Moment of Defiance. It's an instant for 2 in a swamp. Target creature gets +2/+1 and gains lifelink until end of turn. Draw a card. This is the last pack, and we're 2/3 of the way full. 2/3 of the way through, and it's been pretty mid boxed so far. Not terrible, not great, just very meh. We did get some good stuff, so you know, we got an island there. Yotian Medic. It's a 1/4 human cleric soldier for 2 in a plains, and it's got lifelink. Okay. 1/4 lifelinker there. We got Air Marshal again. Whirling Strike. It's an instant for 1 in a mountain. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. Damn, dude. You give it all of that for 1 in a mountain? Damn, dude. Excavation Explosion. Excavation Explosion deals, it's a sorcery for 2 in a mountain. It deals 3 damage to any target. Create a tapped Power Stone token. We got another one of these Aerial Blast Engineers. Another Battery Bearer. Sarnith Steel Seeker. Whoa, what the hell are you? You're old school. Oh, isn't this the badass? It's just old school freaking art. We got Urza, Chief Artificer. It's a 4/5 Commander Human Artificer for 3, a plains, an island, and a swamp. It's got an affinity for artifact creatures, which means it costs 1 less for each artifact creature you control. And artifact creatures you control have menace. At the beginning of your end step, create a 0/0 colorless artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Yeah, this is a bad fucker, dude. This guy's cool. He's all to nothingness again, dude. This thing sucks. It's a artifact for 5. It enters the battlefield tapped. It takes 2 of everything, tap it, and sack it. Target player loses the game. They auto-lose, dude. That's a cool one, man. Gix. Yawgmoth Predator. It's a 3/3 Commander Phyrexian Predator for 1 and 2 swamps. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life. If they do, they draw a card. Okay. They get to draw the card? I don't like that. 4 and 3 swamps. Discard X cards. Exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play land cards and cast spells from among cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. Whoa. Huh. But you have to discard X cards? You're kind of a funky one there, dude. You're kind of a weird one. You'd be fun to play with, though. You'd have to... I'm not going to put him in the super good pile, but he just missed it, man. Is this the one that melds? No, I need some sort of dragon that melds, dude. I got a meld guide that I need. I don't know what the dragon is, but it melds with the dragon. We got Fagilia Dragon Engine. It's a 5/5 artifact dragon for 8, or you can prototype it for 2 in a mountain for 1/3. It's got flying and 2, and it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So we're 2/3 of the way through so far, and yeah, very meh deck. We got some good stuff though. I mean, it's not like we didn't get nothing good, but very, very meh. So yeah, so far I've opened my collector. It was meh, and now we're opening up this, and it's pretty meh too. So just going very, very right down the middle of the road in quality here, man. Got our little spider guy there. Chain Dancer. Philology Chain Dancer. It's a 2/4 human soldier for 3 in a mountain. And for 2, it can gain double strike until end of turn. Oh, that's not too shabby. Military Discipline. It's an enchant creature with flash for 1 plains. When it enters the battlefield, enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn. Enchant creature gets +1/+0. You're kind of cool, dude. You only cost 1 plains. That's a good one for a plains, dude. I liked that one. That was pretty spiffy. Perimeter Patrol. It's a 3/3 human soldier for 2 in a forest. And whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Energy Refractory. It's an artifact for 2, and when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card for 2. You can add 1 mana of any color. Nothing too spiffy there. Great Desert Prospector. It's a 3/2 human artificer for 4 in the plains. And when it enters the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone token for each other creature you control. Ooh. For each other creature you control. Ooh, dude. This guy might go in my human deck, dude. Oh, he's only an uncommon, dude. He's a bad fucker, dude. I liked that guy. He's hardcore, dude. Let's see, we got Hornstone Keeper. He's a 2/2 lizard for 1 in a mountain. He's got Menace, and when he enters, you create a tapped Power Stone. And when he leaves the battlefield, sacrifice a Power Stone. Oh, you suck, dude. This one's cool. Phylogeny Excavation. It's a sorcery for 3 and 2 forest. Create 3 tapped Power Stone tokens, and you gain 3 lives. So that's a really cool one. I like that one. We got us a freaking badass Llanowar Waste, dude. Oh, that is pretty. Oh, I'm happy with that. We're putting that over there, dude. We got a Chromatic Star here. One with the Multiverse. What the fuck? I haven't seen this one. It's a mythic, apparently. It's an enchantment for 6 and 2 islands. So, it's a mythic that costs a shitload. So, I'm thinking this thing's going to be good, dude. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play land cards and cast spells from the top of your library. Okay. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. Holy shit, dude! Oh, you're bad, motherfucker, dude! Oh, that was a good one. We got us a stone retrieval unit here, and a bullshit token, dude. So our bullshit token was made up by the bitchin' card dude there, dude. We liked that one with the multiverse, man. Holy shit. Once during each of your turns, you may cast. So you could cast that thing, and then cast anything from your hand or on top of your deck right afterwards for free, dude. Oh, that's a bad motherfucker, dude. Watch out for that thing, dude. That thing fuck you over. That's going in the trash pile, dude. That's a piece of shit. That's not even worth freaking keeping, dude. Okay, I'm not sure what the fuck that thing is. A funky looking squid looking thing? I don't know. Yeah, we got a Phylogeny Archaeologist. It's a 0/3 human scout for 1 in an island. And when it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. You may put a non-creature, non-land card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a 1/1 counter on Phylogeny Archaeologist, man. We got Curate. It's an instant for 1 in an island. Surveil 2. So Surveil is you look at the top, in this case, 2 cards of your library, and then you can put any number of them into your graveyard, and then you put the rest back on top in any order. So it's kind of like a Scry, only you can discard the damn things. Draw a card. Power Stone Fracture. As an additional, it's a sorcery for 1 in a swamp. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Prison Sentence. It's an enchant creature for 2 and a plains. And when it enters the battlefield, scry 2. An enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Alright, Ashnod's Intervention. It's an instant for a swamp. Until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0, gains. When this creature dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, returns to its owner's hand. It does not say at the end of turn, so if it's your turn, you just put the thing right back onto the field, man. So that's a pretty cool one. Urza's Power Stone Prodigy. Have we seen this one yet? It's a 1/3 Commander Human Artificer for 2 in an island. It's got Vigilance. 1 and tap it, draw a card, then discard a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, create a tapped Power Stone token. So this guy's pretty cool. He'd make a cool commander. Argivian Adventure. It's a 5/5 artifact shapeshifter for 6. Tap 1 until end of turn. It gets -1/-1 and gains your choice of Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Haste. Ooh. Kind of a nifty one there. Reconstructed Thopter. It's a 2/1 artifact Thopter with flying for 3, and it's got Unearthed 2. Inspiring Statuary. I haven't seen you, guy. This is an artifact for 3. It's got non-artifact spells you cast have Improvise. Your artifacts can help those you cast those spells. Each artifact you tap while you're tap after you're done activating mana abilities pays for 1. Over the Top. Haven't seen you. Sorcery. 5 and 2 mountains. Each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control. Put all permanent cards they revealed this way onto the battlefield and puts the rest into their graveyards. What? Each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control. Puts all permanent cards they revealed this way onto the battlefield. Oh, damn, dude. This is kind of a funky one. You'd have to play this one smart, dude. We'll put you in the cool pile, but you gotta be careful when you use that thing, dude. Yeah. Mechanized Warfare. It's an enchantment for 1 and 2 mountains. If a red or artifact source you control would do damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1 instead. It only costs 3. I was going to say it was a piece of shit because it doesn't double the damage, but it only costs 3, so that's a little bit better. Yeah, we got us a soldier token there. Got us a forest. We'll never say no to a forest. Lat-Nam Adept. What the hell? Oh, wait, this is that one, I think. It's a 3/3 human wizard for 3 in an island. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on him. Yeah, that guy's pretty cool. You go good in my wizard deck. Let's see. Union of the Third Path. Instant. 2 in a plains. Draw a card. Then you gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. That's pretty cool. That might even go in my white deck, actually, man. Desynchronize. It's an instant for 4 in an island. Target non-land permanent's owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. Scry 2. Evolving Wilds. Pretty common reprint here. You tap it, sack it, go find a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Mishara Excavation Prodigy. It's a 2/1 commander human artificer for 2 in a mountain. It's got haste. 1 and tap it, discard a card, draw a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, add 2 mountains. This ability triggers only once each turn. Symmetry Matrix. What the fuck are you? It's an artifact for 4. Whenever a creature with power equal to its toughness enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. Ooh. You're just an uncommon? This thing's pretty cool. That's kind of a neat little one there. Mishara's Research Desk. It's an artifact for 1. 1 and tap it and sack it. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Unearth for 1 in a mountain. You're dumb. Oh, I like that one. Key to the City. I think I've got this one. It's an artifact for 2. Tap it, discard a card. Up to 1 target creature can't be blocked this turn. Whenever Key to the City becomes untapped, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card. Damn, dude. That's kind of a neat one. Liquid Metal Coating. It's an artifact for 2. Tap it. Target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types until end of turn. This one's bitchin'. The Might Stone and Weak Stone. It's a legendary artifact power stone for 5. One that enters the battlefield, choose 1. Draw 2 cards. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Or tap it. Add 2 colorless mana. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. Then it melds with something. I'm not quite sure how the meld works. I think you have to have them both on the field. Whatever it is, it melds into this legendary Planeswalker Urza here. Well, what's it meld with? Lord Protector. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen that guy. He's a legendary planeswalker, Urza. He has 7 loyalty. You may activate the loyalty abilities of Urza Planeswalker twice each turn rather than only once. Holy fuck. Artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast. You gain 2 life. And that's up 2. Up 1, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. For 0, create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. -3, exile target non-land permanent. Damn. -10, this would only take 1 turn to get to, dude. Artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents. Oh, damn. Oh, this guy's kind of a dick. I need the meld thing, though. I don't even know how the melding works, so I'll have to look into that. Gorging Warplow. He's a 5/4 artifact construct for 6. He's got prototype 1 in a swamp for a 1/1. He's got Death Touch. This guy's pretty neat. 5/4 Death Toucher, dude. That's pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Down to our final 7. Very mad box, but we got some good shit in it, you know. Power Stone. We got... Okay. Every time, dude, this thing gets stuck to the land that's behind it. That's pretty cool. Isn't that this? Isn't that this thing right here? No, it's something else. I've seen that. I've seen this on one of the cards. I can't remember which one it was. Oh, this was the one that fucked us, dude. Me and my brother were playing in the pre-release. We still won the game, thank God, but we had a bunch of big fuckers on the field. And they played, I don't know, I can't remember what the name of the card is, but they played the card with that artwork on it, and it got rid of everything on the field, dude. I was like, oh, fuck. We had all of our big fuckers on the field, too, dude. Power Stone Engineer. It's a 2/1 human artificer for 1 in a plains. Yeah, when he dies, create a tapped Power Stone token. Fog of War. It's an instant for 2 in a forest. You gain 1 life for each creature on the battlefield. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures with power 3 or less. Oh, we got my little elf here. It's a Sentinel Stalwart. It's a 1/1 elf druid soldier for 1 forest. Tap it and an untapped artifact or creature you control. Add 1 mana of any color. And this was the other game, because me and my brother won 2 of our 3 pre-release games. I had this in the Howling Mine. So Howling Mine, like I said, is that one that lets you draw, if it's untapped, you draw 2 cards. So I was using this to tap that in my Howling Mine to produce the mana so that they wouldn't get the damn draw, man. Burrowing Razor Maw. It's a 4/2 beast for 2 in a forest. And when it dies, mill 4 cards. I'm not such a fan of that guy. Forging the Anchor. It's a sorcery for 2 and an island. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of artifact cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So you don't have to discard them, only for 3. Not bad if you got an artifact heavy deck. That's not such a shabby one. Lauren, Disciple of History. It's a 3/3 commander human artificer for 3 and a plains. Whenever Lauren, Disciple of History, or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, return a target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Huh. Kind of a neat one. Hero of the Dunes. It's a 3/2 human soldier for 3, a plains and a swamp. And when it enters the battlefield, return target artifact or creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And creatures you control with mana value 3 or less get +1/+0. Thran Vigil. It's an enchantment for 1 in a swamp. Whenever 1 or more artifact and or creature cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. That's a pretty cool one. Springleaf Drum. It's an artifact for 1. Tap it and an untapped creature you control. Add 1 mana of any color. Who are you? Queen Kayla Binkrug. It's a 2/3 commander human noble for 1, a mountain and a plains. I haven't seen you. 4, tap it. Discard all the cards in your hand, then draw that many cards. Okay. You may choose an artifact or creature card with mana value 1 you discarded this way. Then do the same for artifact or creature cards with mana values 2 and 3. Return those cards to the battlefield. Wait. You discard them. Activate only as a sorcery. That's kind of a nifty one. Huh. So if you build a deck with nothing but cheap shit in it, you can just keep slapping the shit on the battlefield, dude. Huh. You're kind of a weird one. We'll put you in the little spiffy pile. And we got an ambush paratrooper there. 2, 3, 4. Alright, what do we get? What the hell? Ravage? What the fuck? What the hell is this, dude? Oh, okay, this goes to, what the hell was that guy's name? There's one of the robots that creates this guy. The fuck was the guy's name? Scream or something? I don't know. I don't know Transformers guy. Okay, well, that goes to him. So I need the other one. He produces 2 different types of tokens. So now I just need the other one of them. Got a millstone artwork there. A swamp. Raised to the ground. Lauren's Escape. Gixian Infiltrator. It's a 2/1 Phyrexian human for 1 in a swamp, and whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on this guy, so that's cool. Trench Stalker. It's a 4/5 beast horror for 4 in a swamp. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, Trench Stalker has Death Touch and Lifelink. Oh, dude, you're pretty cool. Meticulous Excavation. Oh, this thing was cool if I remember right. It's an enchantment for 1 planes. 2 in a planes. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. If it has Unearth instead exile it, then return that card to its owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. Return target permanent you control. Yeah, so if you cast a thing for Unearth, when it goes in, it attacks, and then you can put it back in your hand to avoid the Unearthed exiling thing, dude. So that like breaks the Unearth mechanic, man. That's a freaking cool one, dude. In fact, I'm going to put it over there. It's an uncommon, man. Giant Cindermaw. It's a 4/3 dinosaur beast for 2 in a mountain. It's got trample and players can't gain life. Ooh, you're kind of a dick. Players can't gain life. That guy's kind of an asshole, dude. Flow of Knowledge. It's an instant for 4 in an island. This thing is cool as shit, dude. Draw a card for each island you control, then discard 2 cards. That's a pretty cool one, dude. Ichor of Wellspring. Pristine Talisman. This is a good one. It's an artifact for 3. It's a mana rock. Tap it, add 1 colorless mana, and you gain 1 life. We got Steel Seraph. It's a 5/4 artifact angel for 6, or you can prototype it for 1 in 2 planes to make it a 3/3. It's got flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains your choice of flying, vigilance, or lifelink until end of turn. You're a cool one, guy. That's a pretty spiffy one there. And we got another Lauren Disciple of History here. This one's all shiny. So we're down to our final 5 packs here. So let's see if we can at least get a Planeswalker, man. I don't know how many Planeswalkers are in here, though. I've seen the Urza, but that's like a meld thing. And then I've seen Teferi. There should be one other one running around in here, I'd imagine. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it looks cool as shit. That one looks cool. Oh, it's that, okay, it's that one thing, I think. Anyway, okay, we got another Third Path Savant here. It's a 2/3. We got another, no wait, we haven't seen this one, have we? Scatter Ray. It's an instant for 1 in an island. Counter target artifact or creature spell unless its controller pays 4. Weak Stone Subjugation. It's an enchant artifact or creature for 1 island. Oh, this is the one that pissed me off. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3. If you do, tap Enchanted Permanent. Enchanted Permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Yeah, I didn't like that so much. Because it got used against me a couple times. We got a Coastal Bulwark here. It's a 1/3 artifact wall for 2. It's got Defender because it is a wall. Defender is a can't attack. And it gets +2/+0 as long as you control an island. 2 and tap it to surveil 1, man. This one's cool. Mask of Jadecrafter. I liked this one. It's an artifact for 2. X and tap it. Sacrifice Mask of Jadecrafter. Create an XX colorless golem artifact creature token. Activate only as a sorcery. And you can unearth it for 2, man. 2 in a forest. Pretty sweet. That's a really cool one. I liked it. Then we got Oiloi Animist. I haven't seen this one. It's a 1/1 human druid for 1 forest. 2 in a forest. Until end of turn, target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 4/4 artifact creature. You're cool. That's a pretty cool one there. Thran Power Suit. I haven't seen this one. It's an artifact equipment for 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each ore and equipment attached to it and has ward 2. Equipped for 2. Oh, you're bitching, dude. You might go on my white deck, man. Ashad the Unearning. You didn't earn it? Oh, what a bitch. It's a 1/4 Commander Human Artificer. For 2, an island, a swamp, and a mountain. It's got Death Touch. Whenever you activate an ability of an artifact or creature that isn't a mana ability, if 1 or more permanents were sacrificed to activate it, you may copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's kind of neat. You're kind of a neat one there. We'll put you in the neat pile. Swiftfoot Boots, but it's a spiffy artwork version. Very common with boots. Oh shit, I chucked it. This was the thing behind it. Legions to Ashes. It's a sorcery for 1 plains in a swamp. Exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. Oh shit. Oh, that's terrible shit. Blanchwood Prowler and a bullshit token that sucks. We got screwed on our token, man. What do we got here? We got... I think, isn't that the unearning one? I don't know. We're not going to go back and look at it. But anyway, there's our artwork. There's our mountain. Mishara's Juggernaut. It's a 5/3 artifact Juggernaut for 5 with trample, and it has to attack each combat if able, and it's got unearth 5 in a mountain. Deadly Repose. Argathian Sprite. I don't know if we've seen this in the set or not. This one's a bullshit one. It's a 2/2 fairy for 1 in a forest, and it can't be blocked by artifact creatures. And since damn near everything in this set is artifact creatures, that's kind of a shitty one to have. And for 7, put 2 1/1 counters on Argathian Sprite. Calamity's Wake. It's an instant for 1 in a plains. Exile or graveyards. Players can't cast non-creature... Oh, yeah, okay. Can't cast non-creature spells this turn. Exile Calamity's Wake. That is badass for 1 in a plains, dude. Lay Down Arms. It's a sorcery for a plains. Exile target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of planes you control. Its controller gains 3 life. Oh, that's... I don't want them gaining life. I just want to get rid of their shit, guy. Gruesome Realization. It's a sorcery for 1 in 2 swamps. Choose 1. You draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. Okay. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. That's not a bad deal. Audacity. It's an enchant creature for a forest. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and has trample. And when it's put into the graveyard, you get to draw a card. You're kind of cool, dude. You only cost 1 forest. That's a cool one for just 1 forest, dude. Blanchwood Armor. This is a really good one. I like this one. Pretty common reprint here. It's an enchant creature for 2 in a forest. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. Defense Grid. I don't know if we've seen this one in the set or not yet. I think I got 2 of these in the collector. It's an artifact for 2. Each spell costs 3 more to cast except during its controller's turn. Brotherhood's End. Sorcery. 1 in 2 mountains. Choose 1. Brotherhood's End deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Or destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. You're kind of a badass one. That was kind of cool. Warlord's Elite. And a bullshit token again. So we're down to our final 3. And we're still doing kind of meh. I'd like to see a planeswalker or... I'm missing the black command card. There's like these command cards where it says choose 2. And it'll give you like a list of like 4 options for each of the command cards. And I've got all the colors except the black one. The green one's the good one. The green one's got an option where you can discard your opponent's graveyard, exile it. exile opponent's graveyard, and then you gain 1 life for every card you exiled that way, dude. That is bullshit. Urza's Rebuff. It's an instant for 1 and 2 islands. Choose 1 counter target spell or tap up to 2 target creatures. Goring Warplow. It's a 5/4 artifact construct for 6. Or you can prototype. Oh, okay, yeah, we've seen this guy. Okay, the Death Toucher guy. Mashara's Onslaught. It's an instant for 3 in a mountain. It's got choose 1, create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. Or creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Demolition Field. We've seen that one. Bushwhack. It's a sorcery for a forest. Choose 1. Search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Then shuffle. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Ooh, that's kind of a neat one for only 1, dude. You might go with my Toski deck. I might be able to make use of you, though. This one's really neat, dude. I like this one. Levitating Statue. It's an artifact for 2. It's got flying. And you might be thinking, flying, it's not a creature. Well, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on Levitating Statue. Then for 2, it becomes a 1/1 construct artifact creature until end of turn. So, theoretically, if you got the 1/1 counter on it, it's automatically a 2/2, and then, it's going to become stronger and stronger. So, yeah, that's a really neat one, dude. Really good one to pull out at the start of the game, dude. If you can pull that out early on, dude, that's pretty neat. Monastery Swift Spear. It's a 1/2 human monk for a mountain. It's got haste and prowess. This one's cool, dude. This is like the 5th one of these things I got, and it's bitching, dude. Mashara's Babble. It's an artifact for 0, dude. If it costs 0, tap it, sack it. Look at the top card of target player's library. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So for 0, you're going to draw a card and know what the hell your opponent's doing during their next turn, dude. That one is tight as hell, dude. I got like 5 of the damn things, dude. Draw a card for 0, dude. Self-Assembler. It's a 4/4 artifact assembly worker for 5. This thing's worthless to me because I play Commander. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an assembly worker creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, which is all fine and dandy, but in Commander, you only get the 1 card, so. Urza, Prince of Krug. We got Urza here, dude. 2/3 Commander Human Artificer for 2 plains and an island. Artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. Okay, that's cool. For 6? You better be good for 6, guy. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control, except it's a 1/1 soldier creature in addition to its other types. Well, okay. You're kind of a bad fucker. We'll put you in the badass pile, dude. Mashara's Research Desk. It's an artifact for 1. 1, tap it and sack it. Exile the top 2 cards of your life. Oh, okay. This is this one again. Okay. It's all shiny this time. Archimancer's Map. It's an artifact for 2 in the plains. That artwork is cool, dude. I like the look of that. That's weird, funky looking artwork there, dude. Anyway. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 2 basic playing cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player controls more lands than you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, that is tight. You're a cool one, dude. We like that. Give some ramp to white, dude. This has been a very meh box, dude. You got some good shit. I haven't seen a Planeswalker yet, so that's kind of sad. Or my command card I'm looking for. Not a terrible box. I'm not going to say it was terrible. We got some really good shit out of it, but very meh. I give this box so far like a 3.5, maybe a 3.75 out of 5. As long as it's higher than 3, we consider it a good deal. So. Disfigure instant for a swamp. Target creature gets -2/-2 till end of turn. Blitz Automaton again. Epic Confrontation. I don't think I've seen you. Sorcery. 1 in a forest. Target creature you control gets +1/+2 until end of turn. It fights target creature you don't control. Okay, one of those fight ones. Okay, those are cool. Giant Growth. Pretty common reprint here. It's an instant for a forest. Target creature gets +3/+3 till end of turn. Obliterating Bolt. It's a sorcery for 1 in a mountain. It does 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and if that creature or planeswalker would die, it's exiled instead. Yotian Frontliner. It's a 1/1 artifact soldier for 1. Whenever it attacks another target creature you control gets +1/+1 till end of turn, and you can unearth it for 1 planes. Third Path Iconoclast. It's a 2/1 human monk for a island and a mountain. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. This guy's pretty cool. It's a shame he's not legendary. You make a good commander. We got another Burnished Heart there. Elsewhere Flask. It's an artifact for 2. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and then you can sack it. Choose a basic land type. Each land you control becomes that type until end of turn. This was the cool guy, wasn't he? Yeah, this guy's kind of spiffy. Mashara, Tamer of Makfawa. Oh, no, wait. No, the guy I'm thinking of was the other one. Oh, no, okay. This is that guy. He's a 4/4 commander human artificer for 3 swamp and a mountain. Permanents you control have wards, sacrifice a permanent. And each artifact card in your graveyard has unearth 1, a mountain, and a swamp and a mountain. So that's pretty cool there, dude. Alloy Animist. Oh, okay, this one again. It's all shiny this time. Alright, so here's our final pack in this set booster. I'm still saying this might have been my favorite card out of this one, dude. That's a pretty Llanowar Waste right there, man. That is a pretty one. It's not the most powerful thing I got. It's just really fucking pretty, man. All right, what do we got here? The Brothers Art Series. I don't think I've seen that thing. I don't know what the fuck that is. There's a Plains. Sibling Rivalry. It's a sorcery for 3 and a mountain. Gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until end of turn. And you create a Power Stone. Ooh. That's one of those good ones. And you create a Power Stone, man. Nice. Bitter Reunion. It's an enchantment for 1 in a mountain. And when it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. 1, sacrifice it. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. Not too shabby. Overwhelming Remorse. It's an instant for 4 in a swamp. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Exile target creature or planeswalker. So theoretically, you can exile something for 1 swamp. That's pretty cool. Phalanx Vanguard. It's a 2/2 human soldier with vigilance for 1 in a plains. And when it enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+0 until whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+0 till end of turn. We got a Jolly Vanguard. It's a 2/3 human soldier for 2 mountain and a plains. It's got first strike, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +2/+0 till end of turn. Yotinian Tactician. I think we've seen this one. It's a 3/4 human soldier for 2 plains and an island. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1. Sephir Sentinel. I haven't seen this one. It's a 2/1 human soldier for 1 in an island. It's got flash and flying. And when it enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target creature you control to its owner's hand. If it was a soldier, put a 1/1 counter on the Sentinel. Okay. You kind of suck. We got us another Millstone. Springleaf Drum. Blade Coil Serpent. What the fuck are you? Artifact creature Serpent. It's a 5/4 artifact serpent for X6. What the fuck is X? When it enters the battlefield, for each 2 islands spent to cast it, draw a card. When it enters the battlefield, for each 2 swamps spent to cast it, each opponent discards a card. And when it enters the battlefield, for each 2 mountains spent to cast it, it gets +1/+0 and gains trample and haste till end of turn. You're a funky son of a bitch. So let's say we just play it for 6. It would be and we use nothing but mountains. It'd be an 8/4 trampler with haste for 6. Draw a card. You're kind of a funky one, dude. You're kind of a neat one there, guy. We'll put you in the neat pile. We got a Coilless Rock. All shiny, and Collector Ophi. It's a 2/2 for 1 in a forest, and activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated, which would suck in this set, dude. So there you have it. We didn't even get a Planeswalker in there. We just got like half a Planeswalker. We got a half a Planeswalker in there, dude. So we got some good stuff, but I'd give it a pretty meh box. But just like the set, so the box kind of matches the set pretty much. It's not a terrible set. I think my least favorite set, of the ones that I've got these booster boxes for is the first Dungeons and Dragons set. The second one was good. I can't remember which one's which, but that first Dungeons and Dragons set I wasn't very impressed with. The second one was pretty good though, but I don't think it's a terrible set. Not bad. It's kind of fun. Dominaria United was better than this. And I still say Streets of New Capenna, or whatever the hell it's called, the Streets of Capenna one, that was probably my favorite set of probably anything really. That was a badass set. But this is a pretty meh set. This was a pretty meh box. But not terrible. So as long as I don't feel like it's a bad box, I'm okay, man. I'll settle for meh, but that's kind of sad. Both our collector box and our set box were both meh, so it's the first time in a little while I think I've opened a collector that wasn't really good. So anyway, there you have it. So that was